Hi there, everybody. Talking today, CES 2021, and I'm happy today to be joined by Fabian Gerard. He's the founder and CEO of Jooxter. Thanks for being with us here today.
Thank you. Hi.
Good to see you. Before we get into workplace management, in light of COVID, the world we're all living in now, just give us a quick 30-second overview of Jooxter and the work you guys do.
Yes, in fact, I founded Jooxter about 6 years ago, related to a smart building. I used to work in a big American firm called Johnson Controls, where we were talking a lot about smart building in terms of energy, but nothing about occupancy. And in fact, for many years, we have buildings, commercial buildings, offices half empty. And while people were going mobile, the ratio of the percentage of occupancy was going down. And you can imagine now with the crisis of the COVID, there is a totally a big change in this area.
Yeah, a really big change in this area, and bringing people into the office or back to the office in whatever way that's going to look for companies. It's going to be a challenge, and managing that will be no small feat. So talk a little bit about how you guys are helping companies to do that going forward.
Yeah, the first of the things is to Jooxter in a nutshell is a mobile and a web application where we manage all the space. And the idea is to get two things for the occupants is just to click to find the space they need. It can be in a building to go for a one-to-one Zoom session and to isolate, or it can be for a meeting and make sure you've got you make sure there is available meeting rooms and not book space which are all empty. But with the COVID, what's happening is the need for working together is becoming really important because everybody now works from home. And when you work from home, you still have the need to meet colleagues. You want to know where are people, you want to interact with people. So while you're going back to the office, there's two things you want to have is to make sure you will find a secure space where there is no COVID issues, there is no people having any being infected in the past. And secondly, you want to be there while your colleagues are there.
And Fabian, talk a little bit about the tech behind the tech and how this was developed and you know uh, where you see it going.
Yeah, the thing is, the we used to acquire the term we said smart occupancy. Jooxter is a very niche, a specialized solution for smart occupancy. We our goals is to manage data in terms of occupancy data, understand the usage of the space, but also understand the usage of the demand. The demand is people going to the office. What do they need when they go? And with the COVID, it's very important to compare the new demand in terms of kind of space because you don't need any more cubicles because if you work on a cubicles, you work from home now. But you need to understand in terms of data how many space, what type of space people needs. And from a manager or site manager point of view, you need to understand what kind of space you need to offer to your people, to your talent, for them to go to the office because they need to collaborate. So in terms of data, there is a data you need to collect from the usage of the user. It can be when they go to the office, they use the app because they said, "Hey guys, I will be to the office next tomorrow." They can use Teams as well. So we're going to collect information from collaborative tools. And on the other end, we also collect information from the actual space to analyze the usage. So then you can, in the future, we're going to be able to do some predictive analysis, comparing the offer with the demand in terms of space. Does it make sense for you?
Yes, most certainly, most certainly. Now, tell me also, is this the your all's first time being a part of CES?
In fact, is the third time we went to the CES. Last year we were with Legrand. Legrand is a big infrastructure electrical company where we explained that we're gonna launch. We work with them on an R&D project to use sensors to measure the number of people in an office. So Jooxter being an app, we will integrate with the smart building big players So we provide the software, they provide the hardware, and we can analyze the actual occupancy of the space. And this time, in fact, we wanted to go to the CES because we are launching a really our new app, which is really user centric. It's really talking about everyone like yourself and myself. When do I need to go to the office? How can I use my app very quickly to tell I'm going to be to the office? And from a site manager, they're going to control, they can manage what we call now the hybrid workers, the new way of working hybrid, because now you work half remote and half to the office. And this is how to articulate that, how to simplify the day in life of everyone by having an app that simplifies that. And from an enterprise point of view, you need to get data because we don't know. There is a lot of things we don't know with this new way of working. An hour ago, we had Steve Cadigan, who is a former LinkedIn HR manager, which was explaining the fact that now our workplace is also our home. So
Yep.
there is a lot of change that we is going to happen. So are we going to the company will organize themselves? So we will provide data for that.
Well, there's the change is definitely the word, right? We've all had to change and adapt, and we'll have
Yeah.
to continue to do that as we roll through 2021 as well. Well, I certainly appreciate you being here with me today, and I know we wish we were all in Vegas for the hands-on experience, but I guess this is the next best thing for us.
Yeah, but we've been, we are in the CS online, so it's very different to the last two sessions because it's difficult to interact. But we managed to get some interaction with this platform, so it's quite great. It's great, but it's not the people interaction, human interaction, and this is why when we Zoom works, we can have everybody gets lots and lots of teleconference, but this will never be the same as meeting each other,
Right.
interact with each other.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
had one of the parties, the guest on our webinar was saying, in Jooxter we can find where is Fabian, where is your colleagues physically, because we know next week it's going to be at the office or remotely. But there is also something that if you want to know where is your colleague in his mind, it is really, really difficult to do it through Zoom. If
Mm-hmm.
you people interact, human interaction, you can see that. So I can see there is a lot of the need to get some technology to get the people together. We will never. This will not replace
Right.
all this Zoom and all this video conference fully remote won't work as an enterprise.
No, I agree. At
Yeah,
least a hybrid, somehow mixing the two will be, better. But virtual 100% is difficult, and we'll all
yeah.
be yearning for that time when we can get back together and collaborate in person. We thank you again for being with me here today, and for much more for CES 2021. Make sure you stick with Tech Republic and ZDNet.